Hey, to whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worry. I get it, the odds seem stacked back against the wall, but even consider it such, know you'll stand tall. Sit and watch from the sidelines, one too many times, we get games to play, make me wanna.
Well, look who it is. It's our famous Shanster. I'm not sure what this is about, but I'm very excited to go over it with you. I missed you guys a lot. I got very sick Christmas Eve, and today's the first day I felt better. So I've had a lot of doctor appointments and other things that some people know about and some people don't, but I'm back, and I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you all had an amazing holiday season, and I love you guys. Now let's see what Shan Shan has to say. Question 1 is, who starts a live this way? Second question is she going to a funeral or did she just get back from one? What is this headpiece, black, gothic look we're going with, Shan?
So, a lot of survivors out there with abuse, sex trafficking, things like that in that nature. When they start speaking out, when they start trying to present the truth and talk about the things they've gone through, what I've noticed and what I've gone through myself is they end up being attacked by people. They end up being doubted by people. They end up getting these smear campaigns on them for just speaking out about their abuse. And what it is it's meant to trigger their MK Ultra programming to get them to stop. Now, those who are MK Ultra survivors, and they know they're being discredited, and they know that there's certain code words and certain things being done to trigger the MK Ultra trigger switch, I guess you could say.
Oh, we're back to the MK Ultra thing, because the last time Rev said it to you, you told him he was crazy for thinking that. So, which is it, Shan? Which is it?
To silence the person who's trying to speak out over the things they have gone through due to their trafficking, their MK Ultra training. And when you acknowledge that, when you see that, you can certainly see the villains from, the actual victims. I know people right now are doing the, here, kitty, kitty. Yeah, I agree with that. Here, kitty, kitty. I've noticed in the situation dealing with Allie Carter and the victims that try to speak out over the things they've gone through, there's certain people who claim they were a victim, but really was a participant of the evil, the pedophilia, the sexual abuse, and they try to put the person back into the state of feeling defeated, because that's the point of MK Ultra, is you feel defeated, so you're easily manipulated and controlled. And you can easily notice it once you have the tools, once you have the knowledge of what MK Ultra is and what it can do to someone. Now, I've been researching MK Ultra probably since I say like around 2004 is when I started taking an interest in it, when I started noticing it. I know my dad always talked about stuff like that because he's military, which, you know what they can do with that. A lot of military professionals choose one child to MK Ultra and do unspeakable things to easily control them. A lot of MK Ultra survivors get very shunned and blacklisted by society. A lot of us don't feel like we should go outside.
Now, I will never tell someone who is a victim of SA or anything like that to keep their mouth shut. I want them to come forward and get the justice they deserve. But notice how Shanny's somehow making this about her. She's talking about other people, but she's really talking about herself because she is the queen of narcissism. When you start saying victims of SA and then say, we don't get believed, you're including yourself because you can't stand to not be the main victim, the main character victim, Shannon. Oh, I see we're not hiding from living in Uncle Tommy's house anymore because we're there. So I guess that I must have missed that when that lie came out because I haven't been on here in forever. But it's pretty obvious where she is.
A lot of us feel like we're stuck in a bubble. A lot of us are pretty much dealing with a life of isolation because of the levels of harassment that happens to MK Ultra survivors. You'll never be left alone.
I hope you all realize that she's lying, and this is pathetic, and I can't believe that she would sink this low. Talk to us more about MK Ultra, Shannon. I'm dying to hear about it because I'm going to do my own research into it so I can prove how little you know.
You'll never be left alone. You'll always have people attacking you. And not only that, but they'll recruit people that don't know you and just believe the malign stories to attack with them. So as an MK Ultra survivor, you tend to not look at...
I'm confused as to why Shannon is even including herself in this because MK Ultra is psychological torture and brainwashing that was developed by the CIA. So how does that have any relation to her? I would love to know where she's going with this because she is not an MK Ultra survivor of any kind.
Humanity very well. You learn not to trust anyone. You learn how to function isolated and without anyone. You shelter yourself a lot because you need to be sheltered. People who have been severely abused, it's a shame that other people assume that people who've gone through a lot of abuse can go out in society and be normal and feel normal. And honestly, it's unfair to have someone who doesn't trust other human beings and force them out in a society that they don't even trust or believe in because they never saw the goodness in mankind.
When were you abused? Speaking as a DV survivor, when were you abused exactly? When did all these crazy government things happen to you, Shannon? Because this is going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. You sound ridiculous.
I know how that is. See,
oh, of course she knows, guys. She knows.
I realize to the majority of people, I don't matter. My life doesn't matter. I'm meant to be bullied, destroyed, isolated. The amount of people that have stabbed me in the back is tremendous. Just for me speaking out. Just for me being like, yeah, I was abused. And I'm seeing it in other people that are survivors as well of abuse. If anyone could just step out of their ego for one moment and just try to imagine and put yourself in the shoes of a survivor who doesn't trust mankind, who gets hated tremendously for no reason. Their name.
Oh, you're not hated for no reason, Shannon. You're hated because of your behavior. This is not gonna fly with me. This boohoo victim Shanny thing. You're talking about MK Ultra and abuse and all other kinds of stuff. Pickling
gets discredited. Their words get discredited and twisted, and they get turned into someone that's a monster when really the people who are trying to turn the person into the monster are the true monsters. They just have the more popularity, the more people behind them, and they think just because there's more people, they have more power.
What power, Shannon? Who's looking for power? This is YouTube, okay, honey? This is ridiculous. The reason that you don't go outside and you're so introverted is because you're lazy and 600 pounds. Like, I'm not going to keep doing this with you. This is ridiculous. What are you rambling about? Seriously, do you even know? Do you even know what you're talking about? Probably not.
And they don't. Because like any other magic spell, once you know the science behind the spell, once you know what the trick is, it can't work anymore. There comes a point in a person's life where they're discredited, where they just want to come out and be like, I don't care if you discredit me.
You're not being discredited, Shannon. You're getting called out on your lies. There's a difference, a very large difference. So stop. Stop with this.
I don't care what your opinion is. I know the truth. You don't know the truth. You're not in my life. Get out of my life. But there's a lot of people who want the power. They want to be the know-it-all. They want to be the supreme victim. Jabber right. But when there's other people who are speaking out, they go around and they discredit their name because they have to be the big papa. They need to have the control of the information. And it's a sick game to play. And it shows me who you are when I see you going after a victim, claiming you are a victim, and you're not. You are a willing adult participant. And you're slamming someone who's been abused as a child. Do your allegiance to some fucked up cult group, terrorist group.
Oh, you were abused as a child by Betty and Joe? Really? That's an interesting look at it, because those two people loved you unconditionally, and you broke their hearts over and over and over and over again, and you slandered them all over the internet until to the point where they had to make their own video and clear their own names. May they both rest in peace. You are a horrific human being.
See, as soon as the person came out and said, that particular group did that to me, that's when you changed. Because your allegiance is more important than the truth. That's when you find out that Baphomet in the back of your head, in the back of your neck, it never was taken off, was it? See, I'm the type of person who loves to give people the benefit of the doubt.
You love to give people the benefit of the doubt? Oh, I think that's another lie. Let's take a lie toll and see how many lies we could pick out of this ridiculous video. I don't even know what the hell she's talking about.
But when I start seeing it, when I start seeing them attacking victims that don't need to be attacked because they're the only ones who are helping children.
Oh, you mean like your children who had to be saved from that disgusting environment you and Jason had them living in and treated like animals? Like that?
It changes your mind and your thoughts upon that person. I don't care about the web of lies someone has to say about a victim. I care about that victim knowing there are people out there that hear them. And I hear the victims. I recognize the victims. I see the victims. The victims are the people who are not going after others. The victims are the ones who are just trying to speak their truth and just want to be heard. While the villains of the story are the ones trying to point the fingers and be like, look what they did. Look what they said. Let me put doubt in anyone's mind. Because that's exactly how Satan runs, right? Did God really tell you you were going to die if you ate that fruit? Did God really say that? Is she really the daughter of him?
Well, according to the Bible, we're all children of God, right, Shannon? But you're special. God picked you special because you're such a good person and you've done so many great things in this world that God was like, she deserves to be my daughter. Get the hell out of here with that.
I see the devil. The devil is the one who puts seeds of doubt in people's minds, while the children of God are just speaking truth and just trying to get their story out there as a warning to help people.
Shani, when have you ever helped another single human being on this planet in your life? When have you ever done anything for anyone else or stood up for anyone else other than yourself? Because you are the ultimate victim.
You can discredit me and other victims all you want. But at least, the victims, the survivors, we're trying to help people. You're not. You just want to put seeds of doubt in for views and clicks. So you can feel like you're some Billy badass. And you're not. You're a weak, pathetic, liar, slanderer, malicious person. And when you see someone as a very malicious person, it's like, all right, you're done. Next. Who's the next person who's going to stab me in the back? Who's the next?
Well, why do you keep waiting for more people to stab you in the back, according to you? Why? What are you doing to help anyone exactly? I'd love to know the answer to that, Shannon. People don't stab you in the back. People realize what a terrible person you are and they run away.
Person who's going to support me and then unsupport me. Oh, wow. Go in a fucking line, guys. Go in a fucking line. Because the survivors of MK Ultra, the survivors of sex abuse, they have enemies from here to there. Because the abusers don't want the real truth out, because they're cowards. That's why they pick on people who are weaker than them, so they can feel a little bit powerful in their cowardice.
I want you guys to realize how unhinged and how ridiculous this is. And how she's acting like she's some savior when she's one of the most evil people I've ever seen on YouTube. Who the hell do you think you are?
See, I'm not afraid of getting haters. I'm not afraid of getting stalkers. I'm already stalked. I'm already hated. I'm a perfect candidate for Allie's army at this point. Because I deal with what she deals with all the fucking time. But at least I'm focusing on the children.
Oh, you're focusing on the children? Why did you never do that for your own? I'd love to know the answer to that as well. Why didn't you protect your own kids? Why didn't you protect them from abuse, Shannon? They were your babies.
At least I'm focusing on the morality of the situation. Instead, you want to ignore that children are dying and being abused every day by sick elitist fucks, by your teachers, by your senators, by your bankers, by your policemen, your doctors, your nurses. You want to ignore that and go after someone who's just speaking the truth and tell them that they're a liar. You know, you remember in the 80s when they used to have missing children on the milk cartons? Why don't they do that anymore?
Well, A, because milk doesn't come in cartons anymore, and B, because we have more technology now to locate children that are missing. We have way more than we did in the 80s when kids were on milk boxes. That was just to get their faces out. So if someone saw this child, they would know that that was a child that was taken. They don't do that anymore because like I said, there's much more technological ways of tracking down a missing child. But you just keep on rambling.
Why don't people talk about the missing children anymore? I think it's because our elites know that people are complacent in it, that people are okay, that children are dying every day to serve the needs of adults who have sick, fucked up minds. I can't stand this world. I just want to go home and be with Jesus at this point.
Yeah, if my life was as terrible as yours, I wouldn't want to be here either. But unlike you, I would get out from underneath the hole I was in and climb my way out and get my life back together. You're incapable of doing that.
I don't care about the people in this world. To tell you the truth, a lot of the adults in this world, all they are is just selfish. The Bible says it perfectly. I'll say this. They say they're lovers of themselves more than lovers of God. It's true. They need to be celebrated. They need to be worshipped. They need to have the people congratulate them and tell them how amazing they are and validate themselves. You know what that shows me, though? What kind of low self-esteem you actually have is when you need the approval and validation of others.
I don't need the approval or anything from anyone. I couldn't care less about what other people think about me on the internet, and you should try doing that sometime because you keep saying that you're leaving, but yet here you are, yet again, mad as hell and talking nonsense.
Because you don't like being wrong. You don't like the fact that someone said, no, I don't want to work with you. And that's pretty fucking sick, especially when there's so many children out there that need our helps, and the police ain't doing anything about it, really. The government ain't really doing anything about it. Every once in a while, you see a little snippet on sex traffickers being taken down, usually in Florida, because Disney and all. Pedophile capital of the world is Disney World. Why don't you look into how many missing children there are that go missing every year?
Oh, I have done that. I have done research into that, and it's sickening. You're absolutely right. How many children go missing? But that's why they put the Amber Alert system into play. That's why they do the things now. Instead of putting kids on milk boxes, they go much further to find children. I don't know what you're doing to help the situation because you can't even get off the damn couch, Shannon. This is about you, not about children.
Disney World alone. It'll make you sick. And how dare you say teachers are doing this? Dude, don't you know the predator goes near its prey? Why do you think Dan Schneider went to Nickelodeon? Because the kids were there.
Yes, Captain Obvious. I think that we could put 2 and 2 together and figure that out. People who are PDFs are going to go and work in fields with children because they're sick and mentally ill. So, yeah, no kidding. Are you telling us something that we didn't know already?
They go and work purposely with the kids to traffic them. That's why you don't put your children in the industry.
You can't make a blanketed statement like that and have it hold any water. It's not all like that, Shannon. Not every single situation is the same.
And in fact, everything I know about the industry now, I don't know how anyone would willingly want to go into the industry knowing that you're gonna get abused. You're gonna go under MK Ultra.
Because they don't know any better and they're trying to make money off their child.
You're gonna be manipulated, you're gonna be used, and you're gonna be treated like a commodity and not a human. Why would you want to do that to yourself? I know I don't. I'll never work with Hollywood.
Oh, is that so? Is Hollywood calling you to come in for some auditions? You would have did a stellar job at the mom from Who's Eating Gilbert Grape. You would have played that role to a T. I think you should consider it. Next time Hollywood calls you, just let them know that, what roles you want to play, because I'm sure your phone is ringing off the hook from Hollywood directors.
They're damned. They're going to hell. And they're going to burn to a crisp, and they deserve it. They brought it on to themselves. We need to start focusing on the kids instead of petty drama for views and clicks, because it really...
Are you kidding? To focus on the children instead of petty clicks and views? You and Jason had an OnlyFans going on in your home with your children in the room next door, okay? You 1000% did that for views and clicks and money. You weren't saving your own children, but you want to save other people's children? You couldn't save a fly. So stop talking, because you sound like a complete moron, because you are a complete and utter moron.
It really does show your mentality. What's important to you. What's important to me is knowing these babies are out of the hands of these monsters. That's what means to me. That's what matters to me.
Okay, so if it matters to you so much, then why don't you do something about it, Shannon? What are you going to do about it? What are you, Shannon, going to do about it? I'd love to know. Because you can't even wipe your own behind, but you're going to go save thousands of children that are being abducted. I can't with you. I can't.
And you start looking into the missing children in your area. Start questioning neighbors. Be your own detective. Because obviously the police aren't going to do anything about it because they're on it. And I'm not saying all police. There are good police officers out there. There are good social workers out there. There are good foster homes even. But a lot of them, all they care about is the money. The money.
Which is exactly all you and Jason cared about when you guys were all living in the same house, was the money. All you two cared about was the money, and those two little boys suffered tremendously from it.
Not to know there's precious babies out there suffering. They don't care. Have you heard of the one guy who was caught in LA with a shipping container full of 17,000 bodies of babies torn up, tortured to death? Have you heard that? And it was surprising when I found out it was in LA when this happened. I was like, oh, okay. Guess they had a good party that night. Like I said, women are used as broodmares within these type of cults to put babies out there just to be abused. We really need to start focusing on that instead of petty, fucked up, stupid things that really don't matter. The children matter. I don't matter. I know I don't matter.
Oh, look, it's the fake trying to cry face that she's trying to pull off right now. Well, if you were so interested in saving the children, then why couldn't you save your own? Why could you not save your own from the trauma that they endured while living with you?
The majority of people out there, they don't value my life. They think I should always stay in a state of defensiveness and feeling bad over things and tragedies that happen in my life.
I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you at all. I don't want you to be miserable. I don't want you to have a miserable life. I don't not care about if you are here on earth or not. I don't want to make you feel bad. I want you to get off your ass and be a woman and start taking care of yourself and start doing what you have to do to be a member of society that actually exists. Because you are just, you get and get and get, but you never give. Everything is just handed to you, but you don't do anything in return, and you're not even grateful for what you do get. So I'm confused, Shannon. I'm really confused by that statement. I don't want any of that for you or anybody else. I don't want anybody miserable. I don't want to ruin anybody's life. I just like to call you out on your lies.
That's why they keep reminding me of the tragedies that has happened in my life, to keep me in that MK Ultra state where I'm silenced. Trauma recognizes trauma. Trauma sees trauma. Going after survivors and victims is not a good look. And the real people, they're going to see it. And you're going to be exposed to the light and shown who you truly are at the end of the day.
What does that even mean? You're going to be shown in the light by the end of the day? Like, again, I ask, what the F are you doing about any of this? You just come on here to hear your own voice.
Slander away, it's all you can do. Because your allegiance is more important than the truth. Than doing the right and moral thing. And that's to protect the children.
Oh, now she wants to protect the children, guys. Not her own children, just the children of the world. She wants to protect them, even though she didn't protect her own flesh and blood. Her own children she didn't protect, but we have to protect the other children. You know what a hypocrite you are? It's unbelievable.
Have I been perfect in my life? Absolutely not. Nobody is. But I'm not going to stay complacent in knowing how screwed up our world is and nobody's doing anything about it. When I have a platform and I can utilize it to help others that need to be helped.
Oh, you're going to get off the pee-soaked couch and you're going to go help the children? That's what you're going to do? How, again, I'm going to ask for the 8th time. How the hell what are you going to do? What power do you have? You can't control that. You have no bearing over that. You can't, and you wouldn't anyway because you're too damn lazy to do anything for anyone but yourself. The only reason you even made this video was, again, to hear the sound of your own voice. You sound ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. But I can't even walk to the bathroom and back. What are you gonna do? Nothing. You think this is a new problem, Shan? You think this hasn't been going on for decades in Hollywood? You stunad?
Do I have my comments off? Hell yeah. I'm not going to be harassed by these satanic fucking people ever again.
No, you have your comments off because you're a coward and you don't want to hear what people actually have to say because it's the truth and you don't like the truth.
I'm not going to be threatened. I'm not going to be coerced. I'm not going to be manipulated anymore. I'd rather say what I need to say and go. But things need to change. And we need to start focusing on the children who are still enslaved. And it's not only in America. We have to focus on Africa too. And the child slavery rings they have in those places. And in China. The sweatshops. All children. Full of abuse. You don't think you don't think in these sweatshops they just use them for labor? They don't just use them for labor. They use them as party favors.
Wow, I would have loved to see you fight for your own children as much as you claim that you want to help these other children of the world. I wish you would have done that with your own and not lost them to another family.
Anyway, I'm gonna go. Stay strong, Allie. You got people who have your back. Fuck Jaguar right. She wants to be the only victim when she was a participant. A willing participant in abuse. And she gets off at calling people in to continue the abuse. She is showing her elitist ass off. And people are too blind to see it. I see it, though. Because I am a survivor of abuse.
Of course you are. You're a survivor of abuse. I could have heard that. I knew that was coming a million miles away. You are pathetic. You're a liar and you're pathetic. And I would never shame someone who said that. But it's Shannon and all Shannon does is lie. That's it. She is a compulsive liar, a compulsive victim. And that is where all this nonsense is coming from. Stop it. Stop it now. You sound ridiculous. Funny how you came on here all hell-bent about saving the children, but then you have to end your video with, I was abused. Give me a break. By who? Your lovely parents? Your siblings? Who did all this to you, Shannon? Let me know. I'll go after them for you.
And I see the narcissist. Very clear.
I hate the word narcissist because I have seen too many people use it in the wrong way, and she's one of them. She does not know the definition of true narcissism at all. I just learned stuff about narcissism that I didn't know. She knows nothing. It's just a word she likes to throw around. That, gaslighting, parasocial relationships, and whatever else she says. Okay, Loveys, so I don't have much of a voice, but I'm going to end this here because this is the end of the video anyway. And I'm going to post this one now, and then I'll have the other one up for you in a couple of hours because it's a really short one. But this whole live was a bunch of bullshit to me. And she has absolutely no idea what she's talking about because she claims that she does research. She doesn't do any research. She doesn't do research on anything except food and sleep. So I don't understand what's on her head. I don't understand what's going on. I'm very confused, but again, we're talking about Shannon. So let me get off of here. Please hit the like on the way out if you enjoyed this. I know it's late, but I'm sorry. I haven't had any time to put up anything in so long, but please like it if you did, and I will have the next one up probably in about an hour. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, and I love you guys very much. And I'll talk to you shortly.
Hey, to whoever may need this nugget of encouragement.